7 points clear at the top of the Premier League. And I need you to sit with that for a second before we go anywhere else today, because that number means everything right now. Welcome to Isaac Arsenal Update. I am Isaac, and if you are new here, subscribe right now, hit the notification bell, drop a like on this video, and stay until the very end, because today we are going deep. We are going through every fixture, every injury concern, every tactical angle, every reason why this Arsenal side is on the verge of doing something this football club has not done for over 2 decades. If you care about Arsenal, you cannot leave this video early. This is the one, right? Let us get into it. 4 March 2026, Emirates Stadium, Arsenal 1, Brighton 0, Bukayo Saka. Early goal, clean sheet, 3 points, job done. Simultaneously, 250 miles away at the Etihad, Manchester City drew 2 goals apiece with Nottingham Forest. Antoine Semenyo put them ahead, Morgan Gibbs-White levelled it, Rodri drove them back in front with a composed header, and then Elliot Anderson, a player with an enormous future in this league, climbed above the City defence and sent the away end into absolute delirium. 2 goals each, points dropped, title race shifted, 7 points, Arsenal top, Arsenal in control, Arsenal looking every single inch like champions. Now, before I tell you what comes next, I want to deal with something that I hear constantly in the comments, and I want to address it directly. People are saying the title race is over, people are saying City are done, and I understand the emotion behind that because this Arsenal team has been so close for so long that when the lead opens up, every single one of us wants to believe it. I get it. I feel it too. But I am a journalist first and a fan second on this channel. And my job is to give you the truth. So here is the truth. 7 points with a game in hand, still in City's favour, means this title race is absolutely still alive. What it also means is that Arsenal are now firmly in the driving seat, not looking through the window at it, in it, hands on the wheel, eyes forward, and what happens over the next 12 weeks will define this football club for a generation. So let us talk about what is actually coming. Let us talk about the fixtures, the injuries, the form, the tactics, and what Mikel Arteta needs from each and every one of his players between now and the end of this season. Starting with Arsenal, Arsenal's next 5 Premier League fixtures are as follows. Everton at home on the 14th of March, Bournemouth at home on the 11th of April, Manchester City away on the 19th of April, Newcastle at home on the 25th of April, and Fulham at home on the 2nd or 3rd of May. Now look at that fixture list and tell me that is not one of the kindest run-ins a title-chasing side could ask for. 4 home games out of 5, 1 away fixture, and that away fixture is the biggest game of the season, the one that every neutral, every pundit and every Arsenal supporter is circling on the calendar. But before we get to the Etihad, let us take each fixture individually, because every single point between now and the end of the season matters enormously. Everton away at the Emirates on the 14th of March. Now, Everton have been transformed this season under their new structure. Jack Grealish arrived on loan from Manchester City in the summer and has been electric in patches. Their home form has been inconsistent, but their away performances have actually been quite impressive. They will arrive at the Emirates with absolutely nothing to lose, and in my experience covering this game for years, those are sometimes the most dangerous opponents of all. They will sit deep, they will be compact, they will try to frustrate, and they will look for the counter. This is exactly the type of game that has cost Arsenal points in previous seasons. But this Arsenal side is different now. This is not the side that dropped points to Southampton or drew blank against Aston Villa in those difficult moments from earlier campaigns. Victor Gyökeres is a constant physical threat who demands a response from every defence he faces. Martin Zubimendi controls the tempo from deep with an authority that I genuinely did not expect to arrive so quickly after his move from Real Sociedad. And Bukayo Saka, fresh off scoring the winner against Brighton, is in the kind of form that reminds you why Arsenal paid whatever it took to keep him at this club long term. 3 points against Everton is not guaranteed, but it is absolutely the expectation, and this Arsenal side has the quality and the character to deliver it. Then there is a significant pause. The FA Cup and the Champions League take over before the next league game. Arsenal faced Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League last 16, and that is a serious tie. Leverkusen are a well-organised, technically excellent side, And Piero Hincapié, currently on loan at Arsenal from Leverkusen, will obviously not be eligible to play in that competition against his parent club. So Arteta will need to manage his squad carefully during that period. But when Arsenal return to the Premier League on the 11th of April, Bournemouth come to the Emirates. Bournemouth. Now, I say this with the greatest of respect because they have been a genuinely impressive side at various points this season, but this is a matchup that suits Arsenal down to the ground. Arsenal at home, Arsenal in full flow, with a refreshed squad after the international break and a longer rest between league games. Gyökeres against a Bournemouth backline that has been generous at times. Zubimendi dictating the rhythm, the crowd behind them. 3 points here is not just expected, it is required. And I believe Arteta's side will deliver them. Then comes the 19th of April. Manchester City at the Etihad, the one everyone is talking about. I want to be very clear about something here. By the time Arsenal travel to Manchester on that date, if they have taken maximum points from Everton and Bournemouth, and if City have dropped even one more point between now and then, the mathematical reality of this title race changes dramatically. We are potentially looking at a situation where Arsenal could travel to the Etihad needing only a draw to move to within touching distance of being confirmed champions, or where a City defeat means the gap becomes functionally insurmountable. But I am not going to stand here and tell you the game is irrelevant because it is Manchester City at the Etihad and it is never irrelevant. Pep Guardiola will have his side organised and motivated for that match in a way that no other fixture can produce. Erling Haaland will be playing, Rodri will be playing, Phil Foden will be dangerous. City at home in a must-win situation with their pride on the line and their manager's legacy at stake is still one of the most formidable environments in world football. What I will say is this. Arsenal have the squad depth to go to the Etihad and not be overawed. They did it last season in difficult circumstances and they can do it again. And crucially, Arteta has spent the summer building a squad specifically designed to handle that kind of pressure. Zubimendi against Rodri in midfield. Saka against whoever City put at left back. Gyökeres leading the line with the kind of physical presence and clinical edge that Haaland knows he must match. This will be a game for the ages, and I cannot wait. After City, Arsenal return home for Newcastle on the 25th of April. Newcastle are in the top four themselves and will be pushing hard for their own objectives, so this will not be a relaxed afternoon. But again, Arsenal at home, Arsenal in rhythm, Arsenal with a crowd that is feeding off the smell of the title. I back this Arsenal side to handle Newcastle at the Emirates. And the final fixture of this particular 5-game run, Fulham at home in early May. Another home game. Another manageable fixture on paper. If Arsenal still need points from that game, they will have the quality and the mental fortitude to take them. And if they do not need points by then, well, we will be having a very different kind of conversation on this channel. Now, let us talk about the fitness picture because this matters enormously over the coming weeks. Mikel Merino remains the most significant long-term concern. The foot surgery he underwent has kept him out for an extended period, and the honest assessment is that Arteta may not see him again this season. That is a genuine blow because Merino, when fit, adds a dimension in the press and in the physical battles of midfield that no other player in the squad quite replicates. But Arteta has managed without him for long enough now that the system has adapted. Ben White picked up a knock that has kept him out of recent fixtures. Christian Mosquera, signed from Valencia in the summer, has stepped into the right-back role and shown enough quality and composure that he is no longer simply a backup option. He is a genuine contributor to this title push. Martin Odegaard is the one I am watching most carefully. The captain has been managing a knee issue, and his absence has been felt in terms of the creative spark he brings in the final third. Zubimendi has done an outstanding job in his deeper role, and the partnership with Declan Rice has been one of the defining features of this title push. But Odegaard, at his best, is an elite-level operator who changes games. Getting him back to full fitness and full rhythm before the City game on April 19th is absolutely critical. Declan Rice himself had a minor knock coming out of the Chelsea game, but Arteta confirmed he was feeling significantly better, and he appears to have come through the Brighton fixture without issue. Rice has been arguably the most complete player in English football this season. His engine, his leadership, his ability to carry the ball under pressure and to win the physical battles in midfield makes him irreplaceable. He must stay fit. Full stop. Kai Havertz is working his way back from the hamstring problem that cost him several weeks. He featured from the bench against Chelsea and is building his sharpness back up. When Havertz is at his best, his ability to press, to combine, to arrive late into the box and to win aerial duels makes Arsenal a completely different team in transition. Arteta will bring him back carefully, but by the time the City game arrives, I fully expect Havertz to be a key figure. And then there is the rest of the squad. David Raya has been absolutely magnificent in goal. The Spaniard has made save after save in big moments this season, and his distribution plays a central role in how Arsenal build from the back under Arteta's system. William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes remain the best centre-back partnership in the Premier League, and I will not be taking any questions on that subject. Saliba's ability to read the game and intercept before threats develop is elite. Gabriel's aggression, his leadership, his presence in both boxes during set pieces, he is a monster in the most complimentary possible sense of that word. Miles Lewis-Skelly has gone from being an exciting prospect to being a genuine first-team starter in the course of a single season. The kid signed a new long-term contract in the summer, and he has repaid that faith every week. Jurriën Timber at right back, Calafiori on the left. This is a backline that has the best defensive record in the Premier League and has conceded fewer goals than any other side in the division. Clean sheets are not accidents. They are the product of an organised, disciplined, tactically intelligent defence that executes Arteta's system to perfection game after game. Zubimendi. I need a whole separate video for Martin Zubimendi. This man has been one of the signings of the decade. The composure he shows under pressure, the range of passing, the ability to break defensive lines with a single touch, to press with intelligence rather than just with legs. It is everything Arsenal were missing in previous seasons when the midfield got bullied in the biggest games. He and Rice together are a midfield that can compete with anyone in world football. And up front, Victor Gyökeres has been worth every single penny of that transfer fee. The man does not know how to give up. He runs beyond defenders. He holds the ball up. He scores with his head, with his right foot, with his left. He works for the team when he does not have the ball, and he punishes you when he does. Arsenal have spent years looking for a number 9 who can carry them through the big moments, and they have found one. A real one. Now, Manchester City. I want to be honest about City because they deserve that honesty. What they have endured this season in terms of injuries to key players is genuinely severe. The loss of Josko Gvardiol to a tibial fracture in January was catastrophic. He had surgery, and he is most likely done for the season. John Stones has been absent since December with a muscle injury, and there is still no clear return date on the horizon. Mateo Kovacic has barely played this season after complications following Achilles surgery. Those 3 names represent the very foundation of City's best version of themselves. Guardiola responded in January by bringing in Marc Guéhi from Crystal Palace and Antoine Semenyo from Bournemouth, and both of those players have made an immediate impact. Guéhi is a composed, technically gifted centre-back who brings genuine quality to the position, and Semenyo, who scored against Arsenal last season for Bournemouth, has given City a direct attacking option that stretches defences in a way that complements what Haaland and Foden are already doing. But the underlying squad issues remain real. Guardiola no longer has the depth of options he had in his peak City years. Kevin De Bruyne left for Napoli on a free in the summer. Gundogan followed him out the door to Galatasaray. Ederson departed. Oscar Bob was sold to Fulham. This is not the dominant, all-conquering City machine of 2 or 3 seasons ago. It is a team that is rebuilding in real time and doing so at the same moment as Arsenal have finally assembled the depth and quality to sustain a genuine title push all the way to the final day. Rodri is still elite. He showed that again against Forest, driving forward and scoring with a header that showed his full range as a player. But even Rodri cannot be everywhere at once, and without Kovacic, and with the defensive uncertainty around Gvardiol and Stones, City are more vulnerable than they have been at any point during the Guardiola era. Erling Haaland is Erling Haaland. He will always be a threat. He came through the Brighton week having missed the Leeds game with a precautionary knee issue and played the full 90 against Forest. He is fit, he is dangerous, and if Arsenal defend poorly in any of the upcoming big games, he will punish them. That is a mathematical certainty. Arteta and his coaching staff know this better than anyone. Phil Foden has had an inconsistent season by his exceptional standards, but has shown signs of returning to his best in recent weeks. He is the type of player who can conjure something from nothing in the final third, and Arsenal will need to be disciplined and intelligent about how they manage him, particularly at the Etihad on April 19th. The young talents Guardiola has integrated this season, Ryan Cherki from Lyon, Tijani Reinders from AC Milan, Ryan Ait-Nouri on the left side, they represent the future of this City project. But in a title race, in these specific games, City still need their senior players firing consistently. And the injury list means those senior players are under enormous pressure. Now, let me give you the 5-game assessment for City with complete honesty. West Ham away on the 14th of March. West Ham are rebuilding. They are unpredictable at the London Stadium. This is not a comfortable trip. City drew 2-2 at home to Forest on Wednesday night, and confidence within the squad, while not broken, will require a response. West Ham will set up to frustrate and counter, and without the defensive solidity they had in their peak years, City could be vulnerable on the break again. This is a very achievable 6 points for Arsenal right here, even before Arsenal play. Arsenal. Chelsea away on the 12th of April. This is a genuinely difficult fixture. Chelsea, under their current structure, have been improving throughout the season, and Stamford Bridge away is never straightforward, regardless of the opponent. City need a performance here. If they drop points, the April 19th fixture against Arsenal becomes essentially a must-win that is almost certainly not enough to bridge the gap. Then Arsenal at home on April 19th. I've already spoken about what that game means. For City, if they have dropped points before this fixture, a win does not save them. For Arsenal, points from the earlier games make this a match where they can afford to be brave, to play their game, and to go for the win rather than simply protect the lead. Burnley away on the 26th of April, and Everton away in early May. These are 6 points that City absolutely must take, but Burnley are fighting for their lives in the Championship playoff places, and Everton, with Grealish in the squad, are an organised and motivated side. Neither game is as comfortable as it appears on paper. Let me bring this together now because I want to leave you with something to think about after this video ends. This Arsenal squad is the most complete I have seen in my lifetime supporting this club. And I say that with the full weight of what that means. We have waited a very long time for this. We have watched title races slip away in final weeks. We have watched injuries derail campaigns at the worst possible moments. We have watched other clubs pull away at the exact moment when Arsenal needed to hold on. But this time is different. And I am not saying that because I am a fan who wants to believe. I am saying it because the evidence demands it. Arteta has built a squad that can absorb injuries and keep winning. When Mourinho went down, it hurt. When White picked up his knock, there was concern. And still, they kept winning. Still, they kept clean sheets. Still, they kept accumulating points with a relentlessness that no Arsenal side in the modern era has shown. The summer transfers did not just add quality. They added depth with quality. There is no drop-off now between the first 11 and the options from the bench. Madueke can come on and change a game. Trossard has the experience and the technical ability to step in whenever called upon. Norgard brings energy and presence in the middle of the park. Hincapi at centre-back or left-back can fill in and not let the level drop. This is a fully professional title-winning squad. And Gyökeres. Let us end on Gyökeres because he deserves it. They said it would take time. They said he would need a period of adjustment. They said the Premier League would be different from the Eredivisie and the Champions League performances with Sporting. They were wrong. The man arrived, and within weeks he was making the difference in the biggest games. He is the final piece that Arteta spent years looking for, the striker who makes everything else work, who stretches defences, who holds the ball when Arsenal need to breathe, and who puts it in the net when it matters most. 7 points clear, 9 games left, 4 home games in the next 5. A squad built for exactly this moment, managed by one of the finest coaches in the world, supported by a fan base that has been dreaming of this for over 20 years. This is Arsenal's title to win. I am Isaac. This has been Isaac Arsenal Update. Subscribe if you are not already on board, like this video, comment below with your prediction for the City game on April 19th, and turn on the bell so you do not miss a single update between now and the end of this season. We are going to be here every step of the way. Stick together, trust the process, trust the manager, trust this squad. Come on, Arsenal.